After all, NHB is pretty much dead.
Oh, is it?
I think it is. I don't know. I mean, really, the only thing keeping NHB going is mine and Dune's desire, despite Damon. But other than that, and Video Vamp still connects to the stream, but he barely ever says anything that makes sense. And
Oh,
and I think those what is it the that certainly makes it all worthwhile though.
no, continue, please.
No, you continue. This is what we all need. You need to pass that around.
No, dude, I fucking swear. My sister tried making cheese enchiladas for lunch, and
Cheese
she poisoned me.
enchiladas, which
She poisoned me. She fucking poisoned me.
that requires using poison. Now
I
let's
don't
see.
know what she did.
So cheese enchiladas consists of cheese and enchilada.
Tortillas.
Okay.
It requires cheese, tortillas, and red sauce.
Okay, 3 ingredients. Now, which one was past its date?
I don't know, but they tasted funky as shit. And
And shit's pretty funky. I mean,
and it got funky, dude. I don't know if it was because it just two of them were like this big. They were the size of fucking massive burritos. Like she piled the shit like a shit worth of cheese in them.
okay.
Or
Now the cheese was kept in the fridge, or was the cheese kept on the roof?
I, I don't know.
You don't know where she got the cheese from.
I don't know.
Was it government cheese,
But-
or was it?
I don't know. I don't know. Like the cheese wasn't all the way melted inside. She used that much fucking cheese.
Okay. Well, generally, non-melted cheese isn't poisonous. Now the red sauce.
I think it
Was it actually the container that was labeled red sauce, or was it some other colored sauce that had turned red, and she was like, "Well, it's red sauce now."
I don't know. I wasn't there when she was cooking them. She
okay.
gave it to my camper and served them to me.
Now, did she eat
All I
any
know-
with you?
No, she just said, "Hey, sissy, I made these. Would you like some?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Would
they're
would,
cheese enchiladas."
would someone
like,
makes you
sure.
food and brings you food and does not eat said food with you? That's a huge red flag to go with that red sauce.
Dude, the refried beans were crunchy. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, all right. So the beans were bad. The cheese was not fully melted. The red sauce may not have actually been supposed to have been red. And the preparer of the food did not eat the food. These are all
No.
bad signs. So how long were you on the toilet before getting the stream ready here?
Okay, first off, my medications actually make me constipated. So that actually made me poop.
So it all balanced out in the end.
It all balanced out, but God, my stomach was crampy like there was no tomorrow.
Ugh. And
I was like, "Dear Jesus, let this pass."
Speaking of cramping on the toilet, we need to get Venison on the line here. So he is online, but is he answering? Is the real question here? He's probably waiting for us to go live on NHB.
Yeah, probably.
There we go.
First things first, do that.
But dude, there was like a pound of cheese in this for 2 enchiladas.
a pound of cheese, which means you shit about a pound of cheese.
I think I shit about a pound of cheese.
Okay, so you lost a pound. That's good. This is
But
a
I
great
gained
weight
2
loss.
pounds
But you
from a pound of cheese.
you ate a pound of cheese. You gained 2 pounds. You shit out a pound, so you're just up 1 pound.
Okay, how come I can't hear Lulu above a whisper?
That is a good question. Let me. You know what? Ever since you wouldn't think changing a power supply would change your sound settings. But on this computer, you would be wrong with that assumption. I changed the power supply on my computer, and the computer has acted like it's a completely new machine. Every time, I sign into my email, and my email is like, we've never seen you log in with this machine before. It's like, dude, the same machine I've been using for like 10 years now. I just changed a fucking power supply. It's the same hard drive. It's the same Windows install. It's the same everything. Okay, so Lulu, I just want to hear you talk.
Yo.
Okay, so you come out 3, 4, 7, 8. Now 7, 8 I think is my main stereo mix. So 3, 4 is what Skype should be set to, and Skype is actually set to the webcam microphone. Oh, that is pure genius. So you're hearing Lulu out of my headphones.
What the fuck?
Okay, so now that should sound a whole lot more clear.
Hello.
This thing sort of does that whenever it goes through a crash. I got to re-enter all my firewall settings.
Yeah. So now you hear me.
That's
and Lulu,
because you're running Windows 7.
and now you also don't hear my air conditioning quite as loudly.
Now then, are you by chance on Twitch?
Not currently. I could be, but the problem is I use a Hangout in order to combine video, which goes directly to YouTube, and I can't relay that to Twitch easily. Now, I could stream my XSplit to Twitch, but then Twitch would only get my mug and not Lulu's mug. And
That's it then.
but I am working on solutions for that, and I was going to do a test on that when the power supply died, but it's going to involve basically having us all get into a team talk and sending our audio and video to the team talk, and then my capturing that from XSplit, and then sending XSplit.
I actually think that would work.
But we got to test that on a weekend. But today we are here. I had everything set to go, and my computer crashed because I hate this machine so very much.
Same here.
Well, the problem is that I'm using a sound card with 8 inputs and 8 outputs. That's a perfectly valid piece of hardware that still works adequately, but hasn't had a driver update since like the Eisenhower administration. And every time Windows 10 updates shit, Windows 10 is like, well, that piece of hardware just got older, so I don't like it as much as I used to. So Windows crashes because of a sound card that is still as good as it was when it was brand new, but Windows has decided that it wants to change things that would require a driver update to keep current.
That sounds familiar.
Well, then why don't you tell the company to do a fucking driver update?
Oh, I've told them like 20 times to, and they've told me no every fucking time.
Well,
And-
do they have a new sound card
that
does the same thing?
Well, they don't. They actually, I don't think is M Audio still making sound cards? It seems to me that the Focusrite Scarletts are the current way to go for budget multi-channel sound cards. But the problem is that I need at least 6 inputs and 6 outputs to do what I want to do, because generally I have a Skype environment, another audio environment, and the main environment for ins and outs.
Mixer too.
And the Scarlett Lite has what they call like a 8 input, 8 output thing, but they count the 2 headphone jacks as 4 outputs because they're 2 stereo headphones. So they don't really have. Basically, you have to get like the 20 in, 20 out version of the Focusrite if you want to get what would be adequate for me to do what I need to do. And that's like, you're talking like $300-400, which okay, but still, that's a lot of money to put into a hobby that generates no income. Especially when I have a piece of hardware that does it currently. Why should I have to spend another $300 every time a hardware manufacturer doesn't want to update their drivers?
Because it's fun.
No, this is not the money spending part is not the fun part.
No, but using it is.
Go ahead, Lulu.
But there's always other companies.
Right, and I am looking at other companies' hardware, but the point is that I still have to buy new hardware to replace hardware that hasn't broken down and still performs the functions I need it to do, but has these conflicts, and that to me is frustrating. That when I invest in hardware, I invest in it to. It used to be you could buy something, put a amount of money in there, and count on getting at least 10 years out of that. But nowadays, you buy a piece of hardware, and in 3 years, they may consider it obsolete and stop giving you updates, and then something changes that causes it to be non-functional, even though it isn't broken.
Like I said, it sounds familiar.
That is bullshit. Bullshit.
No, it is
I
bullshit.
think about XP and not being
It
able
is-
to run some programs on that.
And so that's-
it's become too old. You can't use it.
And so that's why I stubbornly continue to use this sound card that continually crashes my computer, because it shouldn't do that, but it
Yes,
does.
but it's too old.
But no,
You need to
I could.
upgrade. You need to upgrade.
I
Bitch, all you want. I can't anymore.
Anyways, go ahead, Lulu.
I completely understand that. I actually did a rant on Periscope about that a little bit because my tablet is sort of going through the same thing.
Oh,
I've had it
tablets.
for about 3 years. I bought it through AT&T and it's already starting to break down
Tablets are
after 3 fucking years.
Here's the worst part about tablets, even if they don't break down. iPads. I have a third generation iPad that I found at my last job that basically the department was done with it. So I took it and I wiped it and did a reset with it, and figuring like, well, it's an old iPad, but if I could get like YouTube to work on it, it'd be something I could sit and watch some videos with. Well, you go to install. Here's the thing: because I wiped it, it doesn't have any like old versions of apps on it. So now I go to the App Store and I go to install YouTube, and it goes, well, you can't install the latest version of the YouTube app because it requires at least OS 10 or greater in order to install this app. And then you go to the system updates, and well, they haven't come up with a OS update beyond 9 for the iPad 3 because the iPad 3 is considered old and obsolete, which means
Yeah.
if you had it and were using it, you'd have an old version of the YouTube app that might still work until it doesn't. But if you wipe it and try to do a clean install of everything, you can't get YouTube back on it because you can't get an old version of the app that's compatible with the OS, and you can't get a new OS for it. So basically, Apple has found a way to render these very expensive pieces of electronics completely obsolete in 3 years, which is bullshit. Bullshit.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the sad thing is that the people that bought these iPad 3, they lined up in front of a store to hand over more money for the next one, and they don't care about this forced obsolescence. We just keep throwing money away on shit we don't need, and the companies. This is bullshit. Those of us that actually want to get our money's worth get screwed by this.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the day that this little laptop actually decides to kick over and die. But until then, I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I mean, now laptops, desktops, you can push those a little harder and a little further because, I mean, heck, I have a laptop that doesn't have drivers beyond Windows 7. I have read things online of people successfully installing Windows 10 on that model laptop, but it can be problematic, and you can still do a lot with Windows 7. So I've kept it Windows 7, and at least with that, you can still get on the internet, you can still browse, you can still watch YouTube. You can do a lot with an old Windows machine. I gotta give Microsoft credit for that. But Apple, on the other hand, they force obsolescence of their devices.
It's not just Apple. It's Samsung. It's LG.
Phones,
it's even Android. It's even Android because I think my tablet, which is a Samsung, but it has its own updates, and then because it's through AT&T, I can't get Android updates because it's not verified through AT&T anymore.
Yeah. The handheld devices is bullshit. What they've been pulling with that crap. I mean, what really pisses me off.
Absolutely.
What pisses me off is the storage situation. Now I have multiple terabytes of storage on this computer. We live in an era where terabytes of storage is a thing. Now, if you give me a phone with a terabyte on there, that's like, more than you need for a handheld device. Yet we're still in the free phones come with 8 gigs on them, which you can barely do anything with. And that was a problem. Now Apple, you can't add anything to that. Here's your device. If you don't like it, buy a completely new device. Android lets you add a micro SD card, but
no, not all the time. Only some versions do.
Some Androids let you add a micro SD card, so the option's there if you have a piece of hardware that supports it. But that gives you a separate area of storage. It won't install apps to it. Some apps you can move over, many of them you can't. And when you move them over, it only moves over part of the app. And then every time the app updates, it reinstalls into the main storage. So a micro SD card is only really good for storing like pictures or music or things like that.
Yeah.
You have to make your apps fit into that tiny space. Microsoft, once again, Microsoft for the win, had the right idea with the Windows Phone. You added a micro SD card into the Windows Phone, it absorbed that storage into the phone's storage, which means you could never remove it unless you wanted to reformat the phone and start over. But you added like a 128 gig micro SD card in your phone, you now had 132 or 136 gigs of storage phone. It just worked. It became one with the phone, and you had a huge amount of storage on a phone. And yet people were like, oh, no, we don't want a Windows Phone. And they failed and went away. I tell you, Windows Phone was the best phone I ever owned. The best phone I ever owned was my Windows Phone. It really was.
Yeah, I can see where the pattern's going here.
I had to jailbreak it to upload my own ringtone, but they eventually added that feature. But other than that,
All marketing, dude.
it was really frustrating because Microsoft did not give you the option to create your own ringtone, which you'd think would be a pretty damn easy feature and something that iPhones and Droids were able to do for a long time. And it's like, come on, Microsoft, it's shit like this that's killing your phones. And so a team of people developed a program that let you jailbreak the phone and then install custom features like that other people had figured out. And I read about it, and what Microsoft did was basically reached out to the people that developed the app and said, we'll hire you and give you tons of money if you erase every trace of that from online. So that made it real hard to find, but I found it. Anyways, we still need, even though I played this, we still need to toke, cough, and open the show.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's all good. That's what we're here for.
I took care of that while we were rebooting.
Because after all, it is time once again for everyone's favorite internet radio show.
Insert title here.
The show that changes names so often. We just had to put a placeholder in. And this week, we're chilling without Brian. Because yeah, he's not around this week. And last week I was coughing too much still, I think. Is that what happened? Yeah. No, last week I couldn't get back in time to fix the computer. Last week was the train. The fucking train. That's right. I was ready to do a show last week. And I get to the train station. Now, here's the thing. Let's review Boston's mass transit situation. So there's a train station in Boston called South Station. There's also a train station called North Station. Why? Because they built a city and then they laid train tracks and they realized, oh shit, we didn't leave enough room to run train tracks through the whole city. So we'll just put one station up on the north side of the city. We'll put another station on the south side of the city. If you want to go through, you got to find a way to get yourself from one station to the other. You're on your own. Actually, there's a way to do that. And that's why Amtrak, if you take an Amtrak train from, like, you know, Washington, D.C. to Portland, Maine, you got to get yourself, you basically take a train into Back Bay Station, Boston, take the light rail up to North Station, and then get on another Amtrak train to continue up to Maine. Because the Northeast Corridor stops at South Station. They could not figure out how to continue running train tracks through Boston, apparently. So that just kind of shows you the standards that they set right from the start when it comes to Boston mass transit. They couldn't even run a train line through the whole city. They could not figure that out. So
That's a good one.
so my last job was a 15-minute walk from South Station. So I used to just take the train all the way into South Station. Now, if you're taking South Station, if you go out from South Station, head out of the city, the next stop is Back Bay, which is a pretty major station, and it's also an Orange Line station. So you could, you know, take Orange Line from Back Bay to North Station. And then the next stop after Back Bay is Ruggles. Now, my current job is a 20-minute walk from Ruggles Station. So usually when I got out of work, I get out of work at 5 o'clock. I take a 20-minute walk to Ruggles Station, get there at 5:20, and the 5:40 train out of South Station gets to Ruggles at 5:49. That's what I had been doing. So that means that a train gets a bunch of commuters, get on the train at South Station, pulls up the Back Bay, a whole bunch more commuters get on the train, pull up to Ruggles, a whole bunch more commuters get on the train, and a packed as hell train leaves Ruggles. And being that this has been the norm for years and years and years, anyone that is paying any amount of attention knows what the demand is and would know to set a train with the right number of cars to accommodate the number of people that are there every damn fucking day. It's not like one day we all decided, hey, let's have 3 times as many people show up today. No, it's the same fucking crowd every day. You know how many people are getting on this train.
Well, now.
So, I'm sitting there at Ruggles last Monday, and I'm, looking at my phone because the phone tells me if the train's delayed, and it says, train, and this time they don't even tell me there's a delay. Basically, it's like train hasn't departed yet. We don't know. Well, what happened is that the train that would come into South Station that would get turned around to go out for us was delayed. And when that happens, there's no such thing as a spare train or a backup train. Now, mind you, I see a parked train off on the rails that aren't used all the time. I don't know why they have that there, because having a spare train doesn't mean, hey, that's okay, we got a spare ready to go in case one runs late so that we can hold things over and then, continue on with our day. One train's late, it all falls apart because that's the level of incompetence we're dealing with in our system. They can't handle one thing going wrong. One thing goes wrong, and there goes the whole day. And you'll get home when you get home. And by the way, that's $350. Because they just raised the rates. And it's like, what gives you the fucking right to raise the rates with the level of service you're providing? No way in the hell do you have any business charging more. You know what? Do a good job. Then maybe you can think about raising our rates. But right now, you have no business making any more money. In fact, I think a bunch of people need to be fired. Is what needs to happen.
Maybe that's what the rate increase is for. Getting people, improving things. Who knows?
No. You know what? Follow their Twitter account. You know where the money's going? Building new canopies on the stations. I'm sitting there. I'm standing there on a packed train that has left the station 40 minutes late. What do they update the Twitter account with? Look at the new canopies that are getting ready to go up at North Station. Pressure treated wood. This is going to look so beautiful when it's done. And I'm like, oh, is that adorable? The service is shit. You never have enough trains. You're always late. But look at the nice, pretty canopy. Yeah, fuck you. I really.
That's where you tell them, eat my ass.
Oh, I tell them that every day on their Twitter account, with pictures and diagrams, and
Countdown till how long it is till Johnny is banned from the rail system.
so.
Oh, he get a train. They say, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Look,
You're the guy that sent us the diagram,
no,
aren't
getting
you?
on. No soup for you.
You sent the diagram. I'm like, yeah, that's right. You want to use it? Anyways. Anyway, no, I stopped short of actually threatening violence when I'm tweeting because I do want to continue to be allowed on these trains. And there's not
Yeah, but calling them assholes, sending them pictures, that's that's close.
I haven't actually sent pictures.
Send them some yowie.
They're not pictures of my asshole, so it's all good. Anyways.
Send them pictures of Goatsy. Send them pictures of Goatsy. Just plaster Goatsy everywhere.
So what happened is
dude,
that
make buttons and stickers of Goatsy's ass, and just start plastering them on the on the train. Start making stickers of Goatsy's ass and just plaster them on the train.
You come up with the greatest ideas when you're stoned. So anyways, the train that was supposed to show up at 5:49 was running late to come into South Station. So they finally decided, well, we got this other train here, let's send that instead. Well, the train they had instead was much shorter than the train that they would normally run. So you'd think, don't you have like a few spare cars to just tack onto it? What the hell are you So they send out the short train, which fills up and gets packed at Back Bay. So the train pulls up at Ruggles. They stop at Ruggles, don't open up the door, and basically kind of give us the big old fingers right through the window and then speed up without even letting us on. And it's like, gee, thanks for stopping. So that's
that's
why
you should have a sign that says "Eat my ass."
Exactly. That way, when they pull up and they don't open the door, I just eat my ass, and then then I turn around and press hams to the window and point. Like,
That's where you should have a tattoo. Have a hooker tattoo along your ass. Eat my ass.
Piss them off so much. They look at you on the platform and said, "No, we're gonna fuck everybody." No soup for you.
Anyways, so that's why we didn't have a show last Monday, and because of that. Anyways, we do have some chats that have been coming into here. I just now loaded up the chat room.
And Mark, we are potty mouths.
Mark. Mark has written in. I am laughing so hard. Where am I? Potty mouths. My auto mechanic says cars are being made to only last 7 years, which is. Yeah. You know what? Having a car that doesn't have a car payment is kind of like having a car with an annual car payment, because at that point. Shit breaks every. Well, I took my. My car was due for inspection this month, so I gotta drop the car off tonight so that about $700-800 worth of work can be done in it tomorrow. Jose Guzman writes in, Windows 10 always crash, comes up with light blue screen memory management error. And then Mark said, ask if they use Great Value taco seasoning. Has been recalled for salmonella. That might be what your sister used with the red sauce and the 2 pounds of cheese.
Oh, God.
Great Value taco seasoning.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised.
No name brand.
You know what? Now, mind you, I think that is the Hangout still working for you?
No, it froze. It froze, and it looks like you're cross-eyed and drunk.
Yeah. So I don't even know if we're streaming anymore. Oh, I
I
think
don't know.
Awesome. My computer's gonna crash.
Woo!
Oh, that's why the display went like that.
Yeah. Yeah. The display.
Oh, wait,
you know.
wait.
Oh,
It's
okay.
working. It's
good.
working.
Oh my God! My computer somehow found a way to avert that crash. All right, sorry, false alarm
So, anyways, about the cars.
about the
I have
car.
I have a 94 Grand Marquis with 126,000 miles. It makes a little putt-putt when it goes up hills. But it's driving pretty damn well for a 94.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Can't beat that. No, I got 2008. I got a 2008 Ford Taurus X all-wheel drive. So that means when one tire fails inspection, you can't just change 2 of them. You got to change all 4 of them, and so that's happening. And the parking brake apparently isn't parking properly, and also the steering is making a every time I turn the wheel, and the mechanic says, "Oh, I wish you said squeal instead of groan." I'm like, "Oh no, squeal would be cheap. Groan is expensive." Oh. Ugh. Although the inspection didn't fail because of the steering groan, that's just something I'd would rather fix before it breaks, because steering's kind of important. I mean,
I think it might be.
I mean, here's the thing: if you had to pick between steering and braking, I mean, because I remember reading this is that you'll probably avoid more accidents with your steering than you will with your braking, because braking requires enough time to brake, but steering you could just get out of the way. So steering
Maybe.
kind of just a little bit more important than braking. So I really don't want steering, because if the steering goes, you however long it takes you to brake is this is the critical amount of time.
Yeah, but at
Sounds
least
like
he'll
you're
break. At
steering-
least he'll stop.
Yeah, but if you can't stop, you can steer your way to something that will slow you down. If you can't steer, the only thing you could do is hope you stop before you die.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
like that
telephone
guardrail that leads off a cliff? Yeah, that's such a wonderful idea. Leo, let me steer to the left.
No, I'm gonna
Fall into the ocean.
I'm gonna
so I
steer
don't
away.
hit a car.
I'm gonna steer away from the cliff and look for something safer to stop me.
Oh, like a car?
Maybe I'll sideswipe a few cars, or well, no, you just keep steering until it's safe to stop. You know, you gotta find your best option
Downhill.
for something to stop
Okay,
you.
so on Last Chance Grid, when your brakes fail, you have 2 options. You can either go into the side of a cliff, go into the cars that are going towards you, or you can go off the cliff. So which one would you choose?
Gently grazing the side of the cliff is what I'm thinking is.
You can try.
You
can try.
I'd rather be hitting cliff than going off of cliff. So I'd you know.
Yeah, there's also 199 that does the same fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is if you had to, if all right, here it is. Would you rather? You're driving in a car. Would you rather your brakes fail or your steering fail? You have to pick one.
I'd rather my steering fail.
Okay, but if you're heading right towards the cliff and you can't stop in time, I'm saying I'd rather brakes fail than steering.
I'd rather brakes. No, I'd rather steering.
Okay.
Because at least with brakes I can slow myself down.
If you have enough time to.
Yeah, if I have enough time to.
You might not have enough time to avoid steering objects either.
That's okay, because if I have the chance to actually hit something, it'd be a better option instead of going into the cliff.
Truck from the southbound lane, you're going northbound. Oops.
Anyways, I had a fun experience yesterday. Um,
Wait. Let me get to you. Let me get to an interesting car for you real quick.
okay.
Friend of mine's father bought a Subaru. I forgot what year, 80 something. And in 3 years, and I was amazed by this, but in 3 years, the car rusted so much that it looked like a put together, you know, backyard car. It was horrible looking. I mean, things were starting to fall off on it. You know, the undersides were like a mess. I mean, within 5 years, that car was total, pretty much.
Yeah,
Bummer.
but there's factors in it. There's weather, there's area conditions where he lived. There's the condition of the car when he bought it, if it was new or used.
It was brand new.
It was brand new. Well, the weather is important because where it's more humid, there could be rust and damage
Yeah, yeah. Did he
depending
get
on the road and
undercoated?
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it got
Like
undercoated.
that should have been that much of a thing because they had two other cars, which were great.
Well, you know,
They didn't rust like that.
sometimes
This thing is like self-destructive.
sometimes life gives you lemons and then you die. But yeah.
Because we live really off the ocean here, and there's brand new cars that have paint like chipping off and wearing out, brand new cars because of this.
Yeah, that salt air is rough on the car.
Yeah, the salt air.
But anyways, I had fun this weekend because Sunday was a beautiful day. Sun was out, and I had nothing going on here, so I was like, how could I not find something to do outdoors? So I swung by the grocery store. I did a cashback transaction, and I took a drive over to the flea market to check out what was on people's tables yesterday at the outdoor flea market. Oh, I went indoors too, but so I'm walking around the flea market. I buy a few records. I come around a corner. I look at a table, and I see this this old scrambled Rubik's cube sitting on a table. And whenever I see a mixed up Rubik's cube, I can't help myself. Now I had fun. Like about a month ago, I was walking by on some of the inside stalls at the flea market, and I saw a mix up Rubik's cube. So I just kind of quietly picked it up and solved it and put it down and walked away. And I kind of like that. The thought of someone's like manning their booth, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, how did that Rubik's cube get solved? You know, the stealth solve. The stealth solve and walk away. I love that maneuver. I do that all the time. So I pick up the cube and I'm looking at it, and I figure the guy's off there trying to make a sale. So I'm trying to do kind of a stealth solve again. I'm not really like turning very fast. I'm just kind of doing a little few like trying to look like I'm just kind of looking at it. I kind of got my poker face going. And the guy looks over at me, sees me holding the cube, kind of looking at it, turn a few things. He says, "Oh yeah, if you can solve it, you can have that." Well, when I came home and told Kristen that story, she said, "Oh, I wish I was with you. I would have started laughing so hard when he said that." I was like, "Yeah, I know." and so I start doing this and. And all of a sudden the guy gets this look at his face like, oh shit, I think I just lost a Rubik's Cube. And a few more people stop and they're watching. They're like, yeah, let's see if he can do it. Yeah, can he? And it becomes very apparent to everyone watching me. This guy looks like he knows what he's doing. I think we're going to watch this guy lose his Rubik's Cube. I think is what's going to happen here. I think this guy just made a not sale.
A not sale.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you offer something for free with a condition that you think isn't going to be met, and then find out, oh, wait a minute, I just happened to make that offer to the one guy at this place that can do it. So I kept twisting and turning. Now it's missing a few stickers, but it was only missing 2 stickers, so I still was able to solve it. There we go. I'm almost done here. Let's see. What's
I used to have a Rubik's Cube, and I solved it a couple of times, but like it wasn't one of the original, and it felt really cheap.
Oh, well, they've made a lot of knockoffs over the years.
No, I've seen them at garage sales and stuff. It's just I never really picked them up.
Yeah, well, it's so there you go. I did that. Yeah, this piece is missing its stickers, but there you go. And with that, the guy fist bumped me and said, "Yeah, keep it." And I threw it in my bag, walked away. And other guy followed me. He said, "How long did it take you to learn that?" I'm like, "I spent a few years at it in high school, you know." And yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah, I was just, you know, it's not like I'm trying to, like, you know, hustle people for Rubik's Cubes. It was just fun that the guy just happened to say to me, "Hey, yeah, if you can solve that, you can have it." He thought,
challenge accepted.
I mean, I think the plan is you get someone to try to solve it and they can't, and they don't want to put it down, and so they end up buying it. But nope, that backfired on him. That was not the case today. Today, you are not making a sale with that one.
Yeah, I've seen that they've had like big spheres.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like I don't like there's some like this, and then like they get huge.
Right. Yeah, there's lots of different
Have you ever
puzzles.
Have you tried one of the really large ones?
Well, I have some large cubes. I mean, once you get to these size cubes, you can do any size cube. It's just a matter of time.
Oh, okay.
But and then there's, I think you might have been talking about the Mega Minx, which is like the pentagon on each face. On
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a normal sized one of those. I don't have one of the bigger ones though. And I have another vintage puzzle that's called Alexander's Star. That's kind of unique, but it's like doing like the edges of a Mega Minx. But it's very fragile. One of the pieces
really
broke off. Oh yeah. That was, well, it's just like these little star pieces that twist around. So they have the problem with cubes like these is that you have to get really, like, you know, thin pieces of plastic in order to fit everything in. I've been lucky with these cubes. I have had I've not had anything break on these, but there have been some times where if I'm twisting a little too fast, a piece will pop out, and I'll have to, you know, cross my fingers, hold my breath, say a little prayer, and pop it back in and hope it doesn't break. And knock on wood, so far I've been lucky. But yeah, that's the Rubik's Revenge was pretty bad. I had a someone in high school gave Rubik's Revenge was what they called the 4x4 cube. You know, because they had the original Rubik's Cube, so then they just, you know, add another layer called the Rubik's Revenge, which actually added a level of complexity to the Rubik's Cube because now you don't have a stationary center. But and there's a few extra maneuvers you need to know going from the Rubik's Cube to the Rubik's Revenge. But someone in high school gave me the Rubik's Revenge, and I played around with it a bit. And the problem is that involves pieces that are actually wrapped around a ball with a track on it. And the 4 middle pieces on each face have this really narrow thing that goes down, and then a little foot that comes out that's underneath the track that lets it slide around the ball. And I found that little piece of plastic is very breakable, especially when you get an older one. I don't know if the older one was because the plastic was cheaper or the plastic had aged and become more brittle, but I was twisting it and trying to figure it out, and click, thing breaks, little piece pops off, and then all the other pieces fall off around it. And so I took the piece that broke, and I figured glue alone's not going to fix this because it's just so thin. So I got a really small drill bit, and I drilled a hole out in the little foot piece and a hole out in the top tile piece, and I cut a piece of wire hanger with some wire clippers to kind of reinforce and glue it back together, and that worked. and then I put the cube back together, and that worked. And then I'm turning it and twisting it, and all of a sudden, click, piece pops off, and it breaks, and everything falls off, and I'm like, how did the wire coat hanger break? No, the wire coat hanger didn't break. A different piece broke.
Oh, so it just...
It's
like the plastic just started disintegrating.
Yeah, and it's like, how many times am I gonna... Now, some years later, I bought a brand new Rubik's Revenge out of a store, and I've solved that one many times, and it's never broke on me. So that's where I think that, like, the old vintage ones either had a weaker plastic or the plastic became brittle. I don't know, but my Rubik's Revenge I bought in the 2000s, in the aughts. It's still going strong, no problems, and I've solved that one many times.
Yeah.
But
I've seen some of those Korean puzzles. Those like really weird Korean puzzles with like
those like puzzle box
like-
puzzles
yeah, the puzzle boxes.
that you try to open.
They're fucking weird. No, just not those, but there's ones where it's like two balls and like a loop. Like it's really weird, and you have to like unlock something, and it's
Yeah, some of those are
have
weird.
But yeah, there's so many puzzles out there. It's
Yeah.
like mind puzzles. Like there's one in a jar or in a bottle.
Oh yeah, there's the
There's one in a
bottle
bottle.
with the wooden dowel with the screw and the nut through it, and you basically have to like
Yeah.
lean it up against the ball in a way that can actually unscrew it with the ball. That takes a level of patience I don't have. I do not have steady hands like that. No,
I'd break the bottle.
Yeah.
I'd break the fucking bottle.
Really,
I'll be like, fuck this.
there, I got it out.
I'm just like, fuck that shit.
Fixed it.
You want the bottle? I'll give you a fucking bottle.
There you go.
Venison, have you done any of those?
Nope. I'm not really a puzzle person.
Yeah, well. But anyways, I did find some good records at the flea market yesterday, and you know we haven't really done this in a while, so maybe.
Oh, hold on. There is a fucking video I want to show you.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's actually a song.
You want to show me a song? Okay,
Yes,
this ought to be good.
it's from the I think it's from the 70s.
That was a good decade. I hit the tail
It
end of it.
was. Oh my god! I think maybe Venison would know this.
Well, maybe if it was from the 1870s.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, I still know.
Hold on.
1770s.
1670.
1670s. There we go. That's Venison's era. That was when he graduated high school. The class of 1670.
It's on in Ireland.
Are you Irish? Do you have some Caucasian blood in you?
He has only Caucasian blood in him.
Right. No, I think my
Come
grandmother.
on, I need to find this. I don't care about recommended. Come on.
What?
No, I'm trying to get to the song. Come on, where is it?
Well, while you're looking for that,
It's down more.
I think we need to see.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. I found it.
Oh, you found
I found it.
Okay. Let's see what you found.
Hold on. I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
No, I didn't want that one to pop up.
I won't see it for another minute.
Fuck
Lag.
off.
That's why I wish you were on Twitch.
Oh my god, this fucking...
Yeah, I got that high once. With that African. Oh my god.
Oh my god! I think we're gonna have a evil Neo moment here.
There.
There. Oh, okay. Oh, that. Okay. There we go. Click on that. That's gonna. Oh, that looks like venison.
What?
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that looks like venison.
Play that damn song. That is. Oh my god.
Oh, I hate this display.
All right, we got some drums going, and there's old man Venison doing his dance. Back when he had hair.
I found this last night.
Oh, this is terrific. I don't care that we're gonna get flagged over this.
Can you believe this shit?
There was a lot of drugs in the 70s. And Venison only did like half of them. This is
Dude, I don't know what this is.
This is people on drugs.
Venison, have you heard of this?
Wow. Now we get the disco beat going.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Come on, screen. Show me something. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Oh my god.
Can you believe this shit?
It's like I don't know. I don't know how do you describe this?
Oh,
I don't know.
It's like what's that it's like disco meets Africa meets Lord of the Dance.
I don't know.
how do you even think that looked like me?
Oh, that totally looks like you. All right. Just a reference here. Let's remind the people. There's Venison,
No.
and there's Venison as well. I'm telling you, that's the same guy.
No way.
It's Venison in a wig with a longer beard.
You be getting into Neo's stash.
All right, that's enough of that.
Venison, have you seen anything like that?
Seen anything like it? Yeah, kind of. Show called
dude-
Top Pop.
What is it called?
This Top Pop. Now
Top
the thing
Pop?
is, it's just supposed to be, Top Pop, was popular. I never heard this.
Top Pop. I want to hear more of it. I am like, when I first heard it, I was like, dude.
Oh, by the way, I just got an
I
email.
was like,
Apparently, I've been fired from NHB, which is funny, being that it like barely exists. So,
how did you get fired? Why did you get fired? Did it give you any kind of explanation?
all this month, every time I try to connect to the streams, it fucking crashes. So I sent an email to the staff list saying, the stream's crashed this whole month. I haven't been able to do a stream on the stream all month. Can we do something about that? Now Rico sent a reply back saying, I'm not seeing any crash reports, so there's nothing I can do. Am I just imagining these crashes? I mean, I connect and the stream fucking dies. Dies, as in dead, as in someone
Dead.
needs to restart it. And then I get an email letting me know that I am no longer an admin on the No Holds Barred Radio Network's Facebook page. As if I ever did anything on the No Holds Barred Radio Network's Facebook page, which is our lame excuse for a website these days, because we can't even fucking afford to put up a damn website with a little page and a little schedule. Then all we can put up is a redirect to a fucking Facebook page.
Well, that's because he's up Damon's ass.
No, Damon's ass doesn't have anything to do with this anymore.
Yes, it is.
And
Because Damon-
Jose Guzman confirms, yeah, that totally looks like venison.
James, I think you're on drugs.
My cheeks hurt.
You're right. You're not on the stream.
Well, no, I couldn't connect to the stream. And now
Maybe he-
and now I don't have admin rights on the Facebook page.
Fuck his ass. Tell him to eat your ass.
That's our answer to everything today. Just, just eat my ass. That's the answer to everything. Everything should just eat my
Yes.
ass. I
That's
don't
been my answer to everything lately. It's just go eat my ass.
I don't know. I don't know if I want teeth that close to that.
Make
now-
sure you have a fun time eating my ass.
Uh,
No, I'm fucking serious. I am so fucking tired of fucking internet drama. I really am. In all kinds of communities. Like, if you have a fucking beef with me or anyone else that I associate with, you can go fucking eat my ass.
I was sick of internet drama before the internet was a thing. I'm just like,
God.
Well, no, I'm serious.
Imagine
Because
that.
I try and hold conversations with people. I try and mingle. I try
Anyways.
and be part of groups. And for some fucking reason, I somehow am the bad guy in the fucking groups because I don't treat people right. Because everyone's a fucking snowflake. Well, no, fuck you. You can go eat my goddamn ass. Because you know what? I am going to tell you the fucking truth. I am going to stand up for my own fucking self.
now
It's not my fucking fault. You don't like it.
Now my understanding is that now I realize my video is frozen again, but my understanding is that proper protocol is cleanliness before partaking in ass eating, preferably with a pre-ass eating enema.
Now you're
Nope.
gonna be stuck on this.
They can suck the shit from my ass.
Okay.
There is no prepping.
That's nasty.
Images of that.
Oh, yeah, dude. Just...
God. No.
No, okay. We got to fix the webcam because the webcam froze. Is basically what happened.
Okay, that's one of the things where I draw the line. Eating ass.
You draw the line there.
Like I said, it is the most disgusting thing someone could do. Aside from necrophilia.
Yeah,
But
it's
lot of
disgusting, and yet
people
you're
do it
encouraging this
ironically.
behavior.
yes, I am encouraging it because I'm fucking tired of it. If they don't like me, they can shut the fuck up. Don't talk behind my goddamn back. You have something to say to me, say it to my face.
Well, the problem is if they're eating your ass, they're gonna be behind your back, and I mean, so I
exactly. So eat my fucking ass.
well, if you want to encourage people to talk in front of you, you might want them to approach you from the front. Maybe.
Well, like I said, you want to fucking talk behind my back, eat my ass.
okay.
If not, talk to me.
All right. So talk to you, or talk to the ass is the,
Yeah.
yeah. There we go.
So, like I said, keep your fucking drama or eat my ass.
All right. Well, you know what? This is fucking bullshit. Is what this is right here. I don't. I mean, is this supposed to be some kind of a message? Like, hey, how dare you complain that our streams aren't working? So we're fucking removing you.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it. I'd say fuck you. Eat my ass. Keep your drama.
Maybe you better start, getting things together with Twitch. Because recently I've been hanging out there for a little bit. It's like, whoa.
Oh God, you
rather
on
interesting
Twitch?
people.
If you go on Twitch, you better make yourself mature content, dude.
No, not me broadcasting on Twitch.
Well, why
just going
not?
around looking at what other people are doing.
You can call yourself Shag Nasty Venison.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Shag
they got,
Nasty Deer Meat.
they've got,
Call
where you
yourself
can,
Shag
hit
Nasty
the button.
Deer Meat.
They got the button you can hit for mature content. So there's, protected right off the bat. If you click on it, it's your problem. But
Call yourself Shaggy the Deer Meat.
Gators. Mary Amber. Okay. I've been, been over, watching her a couple times. Yeah, she's good. But have you ever been on a raid yet?
Squishy, 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 squishy.
Yeah, okay.
Squishy.
Like I said, you been on a raid yet?
Squishy, 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 squishy,
I'm
squishy.
sorry.
Squishy,
What are we talking
squishy.
about?
Twitch.
Twitch. Well, yeah. No, I've been in Twitch.
Yeah, but like I said, if you've gone on a raid,
I mean, I've not done anything popular enough to really be involved in a raid, but I've seen raids.
What are raids? I've never seen a raid.
Well, a raid is basically if you're doing a stream and you have people that are watching you and you end your stream, you can basically set your stream to send people to someone else's stream when you stop streaming. So, like, if you got 50 people watching you and you're getting ready to go off and you see Megan Lenius is, got 50 people watching her, you'd be like, hey, dude, I'm going to, sign off now, but stay tuned because we're going to go raid Megan Lenius. And then all of a sudden, Megan Lenius sees, 50 people come in, and the little thing comes up going like, hey, Johnny Gators just raided your channel. And then she's like, oh, thank you. And it's so awesome.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's why I've been finding some really good channels that way, because Mary, when they're sent me, send us on a raid to some guy called Make Me Write Songs or something like that, and these people, just real quick, you raid from there, you come across people by these people know as really good or professional musicians. It's like I'm totally impressed. One guy, Ed Plays Jazz, incredible saxophone player.
Oh, there are some great musicians doing stuff on Twitch.
Oh my God, you have no.
No, I have an idea. I've been watching.
Yeah, you probably do have an idea. But this one dude plays, Asian dude plays keyboards. He got a whole shell of keyboards in his room, and plays them just like Tamita. They sound awesome, and the music he plays is like, whoa. Yeah, Open Set. You gotta check out Open Set when he's on.
Yeah.
And you got another dude, and it's also good with synthesizers. Thank you. And but also he does poetry, reads folklore, and even gets into high tech. I mean, really high tech. Chats. The thing he did last week was intense physics. Wow, I got into that one. Oh, I had fun there. And this guy has like a PhD in a whole bunch of shit, including musicology. And I'm like, wow. And so I got a whole list of people like that that I get in there and play around with. And some of them are really cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go on there and abuse the thoughts.
Oh, why would you abuse the thoughts? There's some really good thoughts out there.
Because
yeah.
I like to. There are not!
There are!
All I do is show boob and go, oh my god, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't. My favorite color is clear. My favorite band is rubber. You know, I was thinking about becoming a thought, but then again, I realized I have a brain.
Well, to each their own, but, sometimes it's fun to jump into Velvet Seven's stream and, have her, greet you with her little cute little...
Hello, Jacob. Hello.
Yeah, they danced, and that's what she was doing was dancing, and she had some nice sis.
Sis? She has cysts?
Tits.
You said cysts!
Cysts, tits, they're practically the same thing, right?
I'm
They're
stoned.
large masses of something that's part of a body, and they,
So I guess there's just large masses of pus? Gotcha!
I don't care what's in
Gotcha.
them, as long as they jiggle.
Every once in a while you can squeeze it out and pus comes out?
That's
good
making
stuff.
me love tits
Usually
more
it's
every moment.
White, yellow in color. Leaks out every once in a while, especially when there's a nice tumor growing in its belly.
Like my belt blisters.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So what are those records you're gonna play?
Oh man, well this is boring now.
Those white, dirty brown.
I don't know. I bought some records from the flea market yesterday. I couldn't help myself, even though. Well, let's see. I think Venison might appreciate this record. I think I bought a record that is right up Venison's alley. I think he can truly appreciate the musicianship on this.
I'm scared.
Let's see if we can name.
What, the song before wasn't good enough?
Name that album.
Rather than I wanna hold your hand, I
What?
wanna swallow you whole, and I wanna lick you every way it's pink, in every way you think. Rather than I
Right.
wanna hold your hand, I wanna swallow you whole, and I wanna lick you every way it's pink, in every way you think. Oh, kick a boot and it didn't sing. Oh, kick
What the
a
hell
boot
is
and it
this?
didn't sing.
It's a classic album from 1970. You recognize that one, Venison?
Hell no.
I thought you'd like that one. It's Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band. Look at my decals off, baby.
That's Captain Beefheart?
Yeah.
Wow.
You're not familiar with that
Yeah.
era?
Not that album. No. Captain Beefheart? Yeah.
Okay. Which Captain Beefheart do you know?
I can't remember the name of the album. I never had any albums. I had individual songs. I don't know where they came from.
Think I'm crazy, but I want you to lick my decals, oh baby.
He could get pretty far out there, which is great fun.
I don't want you to be lazy, 'cause
What the fuck?
Like I said, he sounds like the ultimate redneck.
That's about right. But yeah, no, this was a $20 purchase right here. You don't find this record that often.
it's all about the birds and the bees, and where it all
And
went
you spent
wrong.
$20 for this?
But how often do you see this album?
Not enough for the $20. That's probably
Dude,
what.
tell me you don't want a copy of this.
She stuck out her tongue and the fun begun. She stuck it out at me and I just stubbed my nose.
You know you want a copy of that, Venison.
Wow. But not to buy.
I wonder if you can find it on Amazon.
I don't know that this album ever made its way to CD officially. I know for a long time it hadn't, but I haven't checked lately because I have a vinyl copy.
Yeah, but I was just wondering.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Look at my decals off, baby. Oh, it is available on CD for $7.69. Or vinyl for $20.
No, vinyl is better. Vinyl is better.
Yeah, you got to go vinyl when it comes to Captain Beefheart. Or you could buy MP3s.
Gotta
Oh,
go
they
buy.
got it in MP3s.
Yeah, $10 for the MP3s. It's
What about 8 tracks? Is it on 8 tracks?
oh, I'm sure it was on Reprise Records, so I'm sure they printed up some 8 tracks. They're probably highly collectible though.
You should see if they're on 8 tracks.
Oh, I know Captain Beefheart was on 8 track, but they're highly collectible, so you don't see them in the wild that often. But the best part is that
You don't see them in the wild.
yeah, I mean, well, there's finding 8 tracks in the wild, or there's seeking them out on eBay. Seeking them out on eBay means you pay what they're worth. Finding them in the wild means you might get a bargain. But the best part is that they actually made a TV commercial for this album.
They what?
What?
Yeah, they advertised that album on TV with a here. I'll allow me to demonstrate.
I don't think it's on my TV in my area.
It was very shortly after they aired it banned from TV. So
Oh,
In Tustin, it's Rockette Morton. At Santa Anita, it's Ed Marimba. In Whittier, it's Zoothorn Rolo. In Echo Park, it's Winged Eel Fingerling. In Bel Air, it's Drumbo. In Plainview, it's Captain Beefheart.
well, they're all
Never
playing
heard
kitchen
of that
utensils
commercial.
now. I think it only aired a handful of times, at 3 in the morning.
I'm so, amused over you saying you gotta have vinyl.
New on Reprise, it's Lick My Decals Off Baby.
So, how could you resist after seeing that TV commercial?
Well, I haven't seen it yet.
I think that sells it right there.
Still waiting for the delay to kick in. You gotta have vinyl.
That's gotta make
Remember you said that. Mark that down.
Gotta have vinyl. Well, I have vinyl. I have CD. I have it all.
There's a commercial.
What?
The commercial just came on.
So
Like
you,
I said,
luck with
flag.
you get to hear
severe.
the audio, and then you get to see the video.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. 2 of the records I bought yesterday are on Reprise, so that was one Reprise artist, and then I also this was one. There's a guy that's got a stall that sells everything for $1, and every now and then you find something that's worth $1 that's in good shape. Now, I'm not a huge Kenny Rogers fan, but to get Kenny Rogers in the first edition greatest hits in decent condition for $1, that's a deal. Because few people know that he was actually in a rock band before he went country. Maybe
Which
country
rock band?
the first edition,
Oh.
which then changed their name
wow.
to Kenny Rogers and the first edition.
Oh.
No, I guess it's kind of a country-ish, rockish type of outfit, but they did have a really good psychedelic song, too. But this is not what you think of when you hear the name Kenny Rogers these days.
Like I said, the first edition.
What's that?
Just not Kenny. I've heard of the first edition,
Yeah.
but not Kenny Rogers and the first edition.
Yeah, he was the front man. So, actually, it's interesting, because they billed themselves as the first edition, but they couldn't have 2 songs on the charts at the same time. So by changing their name to Kenny Rogers in the first edition, they were able to release a second single at the same time they still had a single on the charts.
Huh.
Which made one of the other band members feel like he was one of the Pips. But, yeah, they had, well, their best song, which is perfect for what Neo's doing right now.
I found my mind in a brown paper bag, but then I tripped on a cloud and fell 8 miles high. I tore my mind on a jagged sky. I just dropped in to see
Not quite
what
listening to
condition
a
my
lot,
condition
then.
was in.
What were you saying, Venison?
Oh, I remember that song.
Yeah, good song, isn't it?
I wonder what they were referring to.
Just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
No, with the brown paper bag. Because I was thinking maybe huffing.
Could be, or could be hiding a bottle of wine or something.
Yeah.
I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
So what do you think, Venison? Worth $1?
We're gonna do on this one.
Or it could be like a bag of cocaine.
Well, it's also got this one on it too.
You've painted up your lips and rolled and curled your tinted hair.
Oh shit!
Ruby, are you contemplating going out somewhere?
Holy shit! You haven't heard that one in a long time?
What year was this?
I don't know. I'm not sure what year this song came out. Early 70s?
Yeah, right.
Don't take your love to town.
Actually, 67.
It wasn't me that started that old crazy Asian war.
Came out
Yeah.
67.
But I
Yeah, that's about right. I was thinking earlier.
So is it worth the $1 yet?
I think
Not
it
really.
is. I think it is.
Yeah. No, I couldn't pass that up. And I mean, it's in decent shape for $1.
This is a song where there was something else interesting on another station. I tuned to that. Just wasn't good enough. Didn't hold the interest.
Well, it's an interesting song, anyways. Depressing, but interesting.
Yeah. Musically, it was almost there.
Well, not bad for a bunch of white guys.
Yeah. I would sometimes leave it on there, see what the next song was.
All right. Now we get into the maybe I'm a little out of my mind, but I spent $5 to get the album of this, which let's see. If anything, it's a good story. And how often do you find albums of made by people that eventually went on to be talk show hosts?
He was on his way home from Candletop. Been 2 weeks gone, and he thought he'd
Holy
stop
shit.
at Webb's and have him a drink before he went home to her.
You remember this one too, then?
Yeah.
What the hell is
What's
this?
doing? Whoa, sit down. I got some bad news. It's gonna hurt.
Vicki Lawrence, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
And you know that's right.
Oh, what the hell?
You ever watch Mama's Family?
She's been seeing that Amos boy said.
No.
Oh, well, that's Mama from Mama's Family.
Oh, God.
You should watch an episode of Mama's Family.
Oh, yeah.
That's a night that the lights went out in Georgia.
Oh, I've heard this song.
That's a night that they hung an innocent man.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Well, don't trust your soul and all that.
And I mean, I have the single, and I have plenty of compilation albums that include this song on it. But you know, I never had the album, so it was in great shape, and it was in the $5 bin in another person's stand. So
I could see Lulu being Mama.
oh my God! Reboot Mama's Family with Lulu as Mama. That would be. You know, they should have made a black version of Mama's Family.
Oh, God.
Because Mama could yell, but she never actually like beat up anyone. But I tell you,
They wouldn't be able to air it because
I don't
the
know.
cursing,
You don't mess with Black Mama. I'm just saying.
the cursing would be too much.
Now everything is PC.
No. Well,
and then I made one last $5 purchase, which was something that I sold off in California and regretted immediately. One of my favorite Elvis Costello albums, Armed Forces.
That's a pretty cool album cover.
Yeah, no, it's very colorful. And
I don't like the song.
You don't like the song?
No.
Alright, well.
this song
Hey,
I
another
actually
one.
could listen to.
Yeah, well, Elvis Costello's good. Good stuff. I highly
Yeah.
recommend Elvis Costello, especially his first 3 albums are classic.
I wouldn't recommend it, but I could listen to it.
But you could listen to it.
You know, in other words, I wouldn't change stations.
Now I made one accident in one of my purchases. I couldn't help but spend the $1 for the Baroque Beatles book, and this looked pretty amusing. There's one small problem though, is that this record spent a little too much time out in the sun, so.
Oh, it's ruined.
Yeah, it's ruined. There's a technique of putting a record in the oven between panes of glass for a short period of time. So this is a good candidate to experiment on that process with.
Yeah.
And then when that fails miserably, I can turn it into a chip bowl. So there we go. Maybe the inner grooves play on this one. Let's see.
Oh.
Okay, well, like the last song plays. Well, apparently I'm getting blasted by YouTube for daring to air things that... now, I don't know if it's this that they recognize or if it was Elvis Costello that they are throwing a hissy fit over. I don't think it's this.
Maybe it is this. Of all the songs, it's the classical.
I don't even recognize it as a Beatles song yet.
I don't think it's the right Beatles. Yeah, I don't.
This is supposed to be Baroque Beatles, and the label says it's Baroque Beatles, but
one.
oh, this is I don't know what that is. Let's. You know what? Let's try the other side. Let's see if the inner grooves on the other side play. Oh, 8 days a week.
That's recognizable.
Yeah, that's recognizable. There we go. So, yeah, that was $1 not very well spent because I could only play like a few minutes of the ends of each side. But I could turn it into a nice
chip bowl.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'll have to get some panes of glass and get the recipe on how to fix a record online and see if I can make that playable again. That'd be a good one to experiment on because it was only $1. So if I ruin it, it's only $1.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Okay, reloaded.
All right, so that so we got a half hour left.
Yes.
So I already bitched about mass transit, and how was everyone else's week? Well, you
boring.
Well, we already heard about Lulu's food poisoning, but hopefully you're recovering.
That made me have a bowel movement finally.
Basically, your sister gave you just what you needed.
Yes.
Maybe this wasn't. You know what? Maybe she was like, "Oh my God, Lulu needs to have a BM. I'm gonna make her X-Lax enchiladas."
Probably.
Most people make the X-Lax brownies, but not Lulu's sister. No, she makes the X-Lax enchiladas.
Yes, I get X-Lax cheese enchiladas. Done by my sister.
she needed 2 pounds of cheese to hide the X-Lax. Get some tortillas, get a little red sauce, put a bunch of X-Lax in there, cover it up with cheese till you can't see the X-Lax anymore. Throw it in the oven at 350 and until the cheese kind of melts, and feed it to your sister. That's how you make poop.
Exactly.
Just what you needed.
We're coming through on another side.
Yeah,
what
well,
is that?
That's venison with a loud headset or on speakers and Skype gating just isn't gating well right now.
Oh.
It shouldn't be, because like all the other audio sources are turned off.
Well, we hear ours.
You hear you?
Yep.
Oh, great.
Yeah, well.
Wonder how that happened.
Well. Sometimes Skype is good at gating, and sometimes not. But that's okay. We can deal with that. It still works better than NHB streams work. Because at least we can hear something with Venison Skype, whereas with NHB streams, there's nothing. Because they're fucking broken, and ain't no one will do a damn thing to fix them. And if you dare say, hey, this has been broke for a month, you just get fired, because that's easier than actually fixing any damn thing. We can't even have a website, so I'd be crazy to expect us to actually have working streams. That's just crazy talk right there.
Is Rico blind?
No, but I think Rico is preoccupied with his full-time job of running the Massachusetts Transit.
Is he the president of the Massachusetts Spring Transit? Does he know that you wrote "Eat My Ass, Love Johnny Gators" in the bathroom of one of the pods?
Maybe this is the problem. Maybe instead of saying, hey, Rico, stream's been broken for a month, I should have said, hey, Rico, eat my ass. And then he would have said, oh, okay. And then continued on his day. But because I said something that actually meant, like, you either have to do work or get angry, he decided to get angry. If I said eat my ass, he could have just ignored that. My favorite story about Rico is our good friend Addie. Addie knew how to deal with Rico. And because, remember, Addie would always come up with the best telethon prizes, i.e. garbage around his house that he hadn't gotten around to taking out to the curb yet. And so one year, his telethon prize consisted of a stack of DVD-R pornos. I don't know where he got them from, but somewhere he had gotten a stack of DVD-R pornos. And I got the best of Carmen, who's a Native American that can suck dick like a pro. And
Oh!
Supposedly, I've heard the reviews are really good. Yeah, I watched it, but
I don't want to know.
Headdress and all. But
okay, you know what? After this,
that
I'm talking about my yaoi just to piss you off.
I'm sorry.
You know what? Where's Kristen? Where's Kristen? I'd love to have a conversation with her about boy-on-boy porn.
She finds...
Or guy-on-guy, I should say.
She would find the conversation interesting because she's mostly fascinated with porn. She finds it amusing. But, anyways, no, it was just a video that he sent me, and I put it on, and there was, Carmen in full headdress doing her thing. That's all. I'm not commenting on it. I'm just saying that's what was on the disc. I could pull it up and show you. I won't, because I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube.
No, I don't mean put it on here. I said, wondering if you got a copy of it, you can send me.
No, I don't want to know.
Okay.
Why are you saying these things?
It's just your average porn with headdress added. Anyways,
just the fact that he's going to watch that.
the point of this is that wasn't the only DVD Addy had. And so Addy, wanted to show his appreciation to Rico for all he's done for the station by sending Rico a copy of a DVD with the title of My Girlfriend is My Boyfriend. And
Wait.
yeah, you got to think about that one for a little bit.
Yeah, I thought really thought about this Carmen thing. As far as I know, Carmen is a girl.
Yeah, no, Carmen is a girl. Now the best of Carmen is standard straight porn. My Girlfriend is My Boyfriend is standard gay porn that Addy sent to Rico's address.
I don't want that.
Courtesy. Well, I don't have that.
You know what? There's actually some really good hentai out there where the boyfriend will dress up as a girl, but the guy is actually the girl who just looks a bit more masculine, and that shit is actually kind of hot.
Well, that's not what this was.
Stuff. That's the odd stuff.
But the best part about this is that Rico is a junior, so the DVD, the padded envelope with the DVD for Rico apparently got opened by Rico Senior, who gave Rico a weird look and handed it to him. To which he said, "That's the station," and that's all he had to say.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Rico's dad got My Girlfriend is My Boyfriend DVD. Well, here's what's funny. What's funny is that I don't think Rico was listening to the telethon show, because during the telethon show, Addy's like, I'm going to send Rico a DVD. Here, I'll send it My Girlfriend is My Boyfriend. And I wasn't sure if Addy was really going to do it or not. And then the next station management meeting, we're in there, and Addy comes up, and Rico's like, oh, that guy, he sent me a DVD of My Girlfriend is My Boyfriend. I'm like, oh my God, he did it. He really did it. I'm like, yeah, you didn't hear about the telethon show? He said he was doing it. It's like, that was yes, exactly. And we can't figure out why Rico wants nothing to do with us anymore.
Okay, so now you have cats, and I believe you also have his address. This is what you do. You pour a little bit of yogurt inside the box, but you have to tape it up really good so it doesn't stink. You pour a little bit of yogurt in the box with some cat shit, and you close it up, make sure it's really sealed so it doesn't stink. Put it inside another box, gift wrap it, put a little bow on it, and then mail it to Rico.
So this is like the diamond ring in the big package inside a package Christmas gift trick, but with cat shit.
Mm-hmm. Cat shit and yogurt.
Then yogurt. Why yogurt? Oh, we want to keep it moist? Is that what?
Yes, you want it to moist, and then also the yogurt has active microbial things in it, so it'll feast on the sugars and stuff of the cat poop, and it'll start going rancid, and so just the smell of the rancid milk, cream, and the yogurt and the cat shit together, it'll probably make him
this is like a science experiment in a box.
Yeah,
this is better than sending some cream spinach through the mail.
Yeah. Cat shit and yogurt.
Cat shit and yogurt, just like Mom used to make. Wait, what? No.
Yeah.
My mom used to have a recipe she made that she called dead dog.
Oh.
Well, it was really funny. It was a recipe that my mom got in college off of a package of crescent rolls. Like you take the biscuit dough out of the container, and instead of making biscuits, you just kind of flatten it, and then you had a filling that was kind of like ground beef and seasonings, and you put that, and then you wrap up the dough around it, you pinch the edges, and then you bake it in the oven until the dough, and I think you put cheese in it too, maybe, or you put it in the oven and it browns up, and you take it out and then you slice it, and so apparently, when my mom would make this, for dinners at college, if they ever didn't feel like going to the dining hall and just wanted to make themselves a nice meal, my dad's roommate took a look at it and said, "Well, that looks like a dead dog," and so from then on, we always called it dead dog. And so growing up, my parents still referred to it as dead dog. So every now and then we'd have dead dog for dinner, and and we all knew what that meant. It was dead dog. We knew it wasn't literally a dead dog, but that was what, it was like, yeah, I can make a dead dog for dinner. So at some point, we had neighbors that lived behind us that that moved to Colorado. And so we took a vacation one year to go out to Colorado for a week and visit them and hang out with them. And we went skiing in Copper Mountain. We went a bunch of different outings. We had a good old time exploring, Colorado. And so one night we're trying to figure out what are we going to do for dinner, because it was kind of getting late and we need to get back and we did pizza yesterday, so what do we do tonight? And my mom said, well, I can make a dead dog. And our neighbors kind of gave my mom a strange look, like, what do you what's that? And she's like, no, it's this recipe I have. We just need, some biscuit dough and some, ground beef and, some seasoning. And so she made it. Now here's the funny thing. The mother of the family, she was working evenings as a nurse. And so, she wasn't there.
Oh, no.
She wasn't there when we had the dead dog conversation. So, she calls home like, hey, I'm getting ready to wrap up. I need to pick up some dinner. And, her husband, the father of the family, said, well, we got some leftover dead dog. And she says,
No!
and she goes, what's dead dog? And her coworkers start popping their head into her office, giving her a look of like, what are you talking about on the phone there? So, the sad thing is, I don't know what the recipe was for dead dog, and I don't know that it was ever written down anywhere. I think at the point that it was being made in our family, it was up there in my mom's head. So, unfortunately, dead dog died with my mom. So I can't have dead dog anymore.
But you know what?
Together.
You can make it your own. I mean,
wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
I don't remember it well enough to recreate it. I do remember we got these frozen burritos that tasted very similar to dead dog. So I think it was kind of like a Mexican seasoning, but inside of a bread instead of a tortilla. So it was kind of like that.
Okay.
That's the best I could describe dead dog to you.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you're having dead dog.
Dead dog. Dead puppies. Dead puppies.
I wonder if
puppies are quite delicious.
I wonder what a version of dead kitten would be.
Dead kitten. Dead kitten.
Do you
Dead
think
kitten. Clawed me all the way to her grave.
No, because I mean, if dead dog is beef, so do you think maybe chicken? Dead kitty?
Or pork.
Or pork?
Yeah, it could be pork.
Huh.
I don't know.
Now then,
well.
Or
Lulu,
fish.
you got a question.
What?
Have you ever watched a hentai called Boko no Pico? Boko no Pico.
I don't.
On a show once,
What?
somebody in the chat, in the team talk room, mentioned it and said, "Oh, you gotta watch this anime."
No.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
No. No.
Yeah.
No, that's like pedophilia, dude. That's just that is all kinds of wrong.
Yeah, I
That is
know.
all kinds of wrong.
Because
That's
I went out and found it
that's
somewhere and looked at it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I cannot believe
yeah.
they're
It's all kinds of wrong.
allowing this.
There's even Yuri versions of that, and it's wrong. It is. Ugh. No, that
Yeah,
that is some
everyone is
fucked up
like,
shit.
"Why did she even mention this?" I mean, that is some rough
No.
stuff.
No, there's actually very little hentai out there that really interests me. And it's really hard to find yaoi hentai. I've only come across a few sites that gives like some decent storylined yaoi hentai, but I mostly read yaoi or yaoi based hentais.
There you
Okay. And yeah, one other thing that kind of disturbed me.
What?
God. Found this one pic of Goku being fucked by Vegeta. It's like, no.
You find that everywhere. Like you go onto a manga scan site and you go into the mature content, you all of a sudden see advertisements for fucking hentai and shit. And you see like their doujinshi area, which is fan-based, like fan-made storylines. You can find Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and crossovers, and they're all getting fucked in the ass. It's nothing new.
Well, I never went looking for for any of that stuff, so I don't know what's out there. I could
Well,
but
it's
I
not
can
like
imagine.
I actually started looking for that. It's just I happened to come across it when looking for manga scans. Because I'm too fucking cheap to go buy manga that's like $25 per fucking volume.
That is
It's like,
expensive.
excuse me.
That will to build up.
I tried building a collection up in my, teens, but it got burnt when the house we had, caught fire. So I was like, fuck that.
Fire sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I have a few 8-track tapes with singed labels because I was in college. One of my buddies who lived nearby the campus at his parents' place. He was like, "Oh, I got an 8-track player, my parents' receiver. Can I borrow a few tapes? You got some good tapes here." So I borrowed a few Beatles tapes, Rolling Stones tapes, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll just borrow them." And then he brought them back. He said, "Yeah, you might want to test them out. They didn't melt, but they got the fire retardant on them. Apparently, he just had a candle in his room. Normal candle for ambiance. Well, he was smoking pot, so he needed a little something to kind of clean up the smell in the air. And he also owned a cat." And he left the room for about 5 seconds, and came back into a kind of a fire starting to get out of control because the cat knocked the candle over onto some papers, and they had to call in the fire department. It melted his record collection, so that sucked. But the 8-track survived. Point for 8-track over records. Records melted, 8-track still played.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm guessing
Yeah,
the 8 tracks were someplace further from the flames than the records, though, because I'm sure the melting point of records and 8 tracks aren't that far apart.
Dumbass should have used incense and just put it on the floor on a big plate.
Yeah, you live, you learn. Don't leave open flames near cats.
Yeah, I don't leave open flames near cats either. That's why I
Yeah.
have incense. And it's somewhere not near anything that it can catch a flame. Sorry, excuse me, by the way.
Fluffy.
Oh, that's cool. It's all good. Well, the cats have taken to. So I prepared a black canvas because I want to paint a black canvas painting sometime. Because my ocean wave, it looked kind of like an ocean wave when I was done painting it, but I thinned the paint a little too much, and so now it looks like a bunch of streaks coming off of an ocean wave. Because the paint kept moving after I was
Oh
done.
no.
Can you scrape oil paint off a canvas and reuse
That's
it?
okay.
I mean, what do you do with a...
Yes. Well, yeah, you can scrape oil paints off a canvas.
But
you just have to put a coat on it.
Oh, I guess I could scrape it and then paint the black gesso over it and turn it into another black canvas.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's what I'll do with that, because it's not worth keeping that ocean wave. It just came out so awful.
They have canvas primer that you want to paint the canvas with after you scrape it, so that way the new paint will adhere to it.
Okay. I'll have to look into that.
Walmart sells it.
Okay. Oh, there you go. I'll turn it into a black canvas with some primer and some black gesso, and that'll be good as new, or something. But anyways, I made another black canvas for my next painting, which I don't know when that'll be because I'm planning on going out of town this weekend. So I put a drop cloth down to so that way if I got like a drip of black paint on the floor, it would go on the drop cloth. And I didn't get a chance to fold up the drop cloth, and the cats love having a cloth on the floor. They like running and skidding into it and making it slide all over the place. Although Hestia, the really shy cat, she's like, oh boy, this is something I could hide under. And Shantiko was like, hey, there's a lump on this. And next thing we know, we hear a yowl as Shantiko was startled by the lump moving, and Hestia was startled by being pounced on by unsuspecting. I didn't see exactly what happened, but they were both very startled to discover each other. And Hestia comes running out from under the blanket and darts for the stairs. And
Aww.
Hestia is a real scaredy cat. She's still like barely like she'll let me pet her, but she's also very skittish. Like I'll pet her a little bit and then she'll like run away a little bit, and then she'll stop and she'll look at me like, well, I kind of want to come over and let you pet me more, but I'm kind of really scared too. Hestia's got a out of control tail too. I think Hestia is a little different in the kitty head from normal kitties.
That's okay.
But that's
She's
okay.
probably a bit neurotic.
She's got one of those tails that just keeps moving around no matter what. Like you can't read her on her tail because her tail's got one mode and it's whipping around everywhere. So like if she gets like into a mode where she'll snuggle up next to you on the bed and you pet her, your face is going to get thwacked with that tail throughout the whole time you're petting her. Just thwack, 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 and it's like, could you just put the tail someplace and leave it? Thwack, 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 thwack. It's so there's no rhythm to it. It's thwack, 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 thwack.
Well, was she like that at the Humane Society?
Oh, she was. They put a towel up in front of her cage because she kept hiding. So they recognize that she needed more privacy than most cats.
So you know what? Her tail being up like that and swishing around is actually a good thing. So she's actually telling you that she feels comfortable with you guys and that she likes this place.
Well, no, I know that she likes this place. I don't know that she's more comfortable here than when we brought her home, because when we brought her home, she basically stayed and she hid for a week. And then she basically found her spot on top of the record shelf in her bed, which is still her like safe spot. But she comes downstairs a lot. But whenever she's downstairs, she hides someplace. But no matter her mood, her tail's always thrashing about. I thought it was a nervous thrash, but
no,
it's
no. If you look at it, if it seems like stress, like she's in distress, her tail will be down more. But if it's just straight up and she's just swishing it back and forth, it could be it could be like she's irritated, or if it could be like she's playful and joyful.
Well, that's the thing, is it's not a straight up swish. It's an all over the place swish. It's a very random, haphazard swish, and it's always swishing.
Maybe it's anxiety.
She's a very anxious cat at all times. Even when she's comfortable, she's a little anxious. She's an anxious cat. She's not quite, but you know what? She's got her comfortable spots and she's happy here. So I'm not complaining about her, but she's definitely got a very nervous personality. She's a difficult cat to bond with because she runs away so often. But
dude, smoke pot with her.
We have some bonding. Oh no, come on now.
You can smoke pot with an animal.
Yeah, I guess you could.
My dog likes it.
Yeah, I smoked pot with one of the pits.
Yeah, and Thumbelina, with some there smoking, she'd come down there, poke her nose right in my face, because she loves shotguns.
And Binks will sometimes sit with me, especially during the winter when I smoke.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, just hotbox the room with her.
Nah, I don't know. Well, on that note, it's time to put another show to bed because I got to go drop off the car so that about a grand's worth of work can be done on it tomorrow. But this has been another. What has this been? This has been another. Let's adjust that volume there and adjust that volume there. Another fun-filled edition of
Insert title here.
Which is no longer on No Holds Barred radio network. Fuck you, Rico. Because you know what? You can't even take down the website. You can't even take down the website anymore. There is no website. So suck on that. Oh man, do I have to make yet another version of His Name is Rico now? No one wants to hear me sing again. No one.
Yes, they do.
No,
just do it. Come on. His name is Rico.
And he sucks.
I wouldn't
That's it.
escalate anymore yet.
Well, there's nothing to escalate. The station's practically dead anyways. The problem is that, you know, Dune still has an affection for this, and he wants the Dune and Bob show to be on it, and I'm like, dude, you're going to fire me? I ain't touching it. So I don't know what's going to happen next Sunday.
You know, Dune's still there, Andy Gay's still there, Outlaw's still there.
Yeah, but what the hell does Outlaw do? I mean, we don't even have a website. I can't even pull up a schedule anywhere. I don't even know how to play the streams because there's no fucking button to play them. I mean, we don't... What does it take to put up a fucking website? What does it take? You can have ready-made forms that you just plug your... We already had a website. We just needed a place to host it. Is it that hard to do? God. You know what? Damon was right all along. That's it. You know what? We know what we're going to do. We're going to call
What?
Damon and tell him he was right.
Oh no.
We're doing this. We're doing this
doing
live.
this?
We're doing this
You're gonna
live
do
right
it now?
here.
Oh my god, we're doing something! Ooh-ah!
All right. Well, let me add it to the call, though.
Oh, shisticles.
What?
Jose, it looks like we're not going yet.
Might as well kill the music. Killing the music! We're not going!
Why did it put Venison on hold? God, I fucking hate Skype. Yeah, he's not going to pick up, though.
Stop. Hey, what's up? It's Damon. I can't take your call right now. Please leave your name, number, and message after the beep, and I will call you back as soon as I can. Thank you, and have a great day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Damon, Gators here. I'm just calling to let you know that you were right all along. Fuck all y'all. And not you, Damon. Everyone else. I'm going to say it right here. I'm going to say it right here, right now. We haven't had a website in over a year now. Every time I try to connect to the streams for a month now, they crash. When I bring this up to Rico, I get no response. When I bring it up today, he delists me from the Facebook page, takes me off the staff list, and doesn't even tell me he's firing me. Instead, just replies like, well, I don't see any problems. Which, it's like, dude, it fucking crashes every time I try to connect to it. And we haven't had a website in over a year. What is it? There was a built website. All we need is hosting space. All we need is hosting. How hard is it to get hosting space? If Rico needs money for hosting space, be like, hey, dude, Gators, you all need to like chip in this much, and we can get some space to host that. That's what. There was never even that conversation. Just a fucking redirect to a Facebook page that I don't even know how to even click on a listen link on because there is no fucking listen link. So it's dead. No Holds Barred Radio's fucking dead. You happy, Damon? It's dead. Eat my ass. And Neo's ass too. Right, Neo?
Sure.
Yeah, because that's our new thing now is telling people to eat our asses. Because, well, Neo started that, I think.
Ah!
So, anyways, Damon, if you're gonna start a new No Holds Barred radio stream, I could use a new No Holds Barred radio stream to stream one. So
No,
yeah.
you don't. You don't need
No!
a new one.
It's dead. It's fucking dead. There is no Holds Barred.
It's been dead from the start.
So yeah.
You suck.
Hey, call me back. It's been a while. We should catch up, even if it's.
Go eat Gator's ass. Go eat Gator's ass.
No. We don't. No. That. You can't even find the roof. He's gonna. Wait, what? Never. All right. Hey, call me back, Damon. Been a while. We should catch up. Hope you're having a good summer. Bye. Hey, Venison, did you want to get anything in on that?
Okay.
We basically told David to eat our ass because the station's dead.
I see.
and then we asked him to call us back.
Oh, so you guys machine.
He don't pick up for us.
Oh boy.
On that note, thank you for listening, and be sure to continue tuning in at youtube.com/JohnnyGators, the only place as of now that you can hear this show. And stay tuned to find out whether or not there's still a Dune and Bob show, because I don't know. I don't know. You know, I want to keep doing a show with Dune, but I don't want to do a show on NHB if Rico's going to be like that about it. Now, if
Now you see, that's just it.
Okay, now you're being a fucking snowflake.
No.
Now
I'm being a snowflake, not wanting to stream on a
because you got
station I've been
mad.
banned from?
You're banned from streaming there. They fired you on that portion, but just not wanting to stream with Dune. Dune's your friend.
Right, but Dune streams on No Holds Barred, which is where I've banned from.
So?
So I'm not
Doesn't
supporting.
mean you can't stream with him.
Not on NHB. We either need to ditch NHB or patch up things with Rico. Now, I just was asking Rico for help. Now, if Rico wants to stop having his little hissy fit and put me back on the staff list, you know, we can talk. Ball's in Rico's court.
Yeah, okay.
Or he could kill the station, and Dune and I can continue streaming on everything else, including the Home Shopping Network and QVC. But I don't. All I know is I don't stream where I'm not welcome, and as of today, I'm not welcome on NHB, so I'm not going to stream there. I mean,
Okay.
that's all there is to it. I'll still stream with Dune. I'll stream with Dune anywhere and everywhere except for one place, which is the place I'm not welcome at.
Okay.
Okay.
I do it out of spite.
Yeah.
I don't
why
know.
not. Out of spite, saying "fuck you, Rico." I'll be on this on this
Personally,
network.
Personally, I think Rico should just turn it off and transfer the URL over to Dune, and then let us decide if we want to turn on a stream or not.
He's
Personally,
just taking his ball and going home. He's a child.
well, that's the thing. I said from the start it should have never been turned over to Rico. It should have never been turned over to him. Heck, he's not even a broadcaster. What has he done for the station in the past 5 years? All he's done.
What was he to begin with?
Well, he was a server guy, and eventually ended up being on his equipment, which means that he's been keeping the equipment on for free. But it's like, what does it barely even run or generate? I mean, it's just sitting on a server getting maybe. In fact, I even asked the question, how many listeners are the stream getting? Because I really think it's time to question, is it even worth having the stream still on anymore? Because at this point, Dune and I are streaming to several video streams. I stream to YouTube with video, so you're only getting half the content when you tune into the NHB stream. Now, mind you, the half of the content is the relevant half. The picture is just my ugly face, and well, Neo's face is not bad to look at, but then you got to look at my face, and no, sometimes it's you're better off with the audio. But no, I mean, at this point, you making faces at me?
No,
Okay. What was all?
I don't know what you're talking about.
oh, that's how we're gonna play it. Okay. So I was like, you know, at some point I was like, maybe we should just turn off the audio stream, get behind like one single YouTube channel or something like that, and make a web page that directs to the video stream, and just transfer the NHB name over to our video platforms and get rid of the old, outdated audio stream that has a way outdated automation that barely. But I don't know how many people listen to it. So I asked Rico, are there any statistics you can dump about this audio stream so we can determine if it's worth keeping on or not? I got no answer from him. Now, granted, he don't get paid to do this and he's busy, but still, if you're gonna host something that gives you a certain level of responsibility, and it's like, dude, find 5 or 10 minutes at some point during the month to dump some statistics into a spreadsheet and let me sort through it and make sense of it. I'm happy to do some work, But I can't do everything, and I have no access to even doing the start of it. Once again, it comes down to Rico holds everything behind a wall that you can't get to, and you're not allowed to complain because, oh my God, he doesn't get paid for this. Well, la-di-fucking-da. If nothing's going to get done, nothing's going to get done. So either do something or transfer something over or grant some fucking access. How many times have we been down this fucking road? This is the life of NHB in a nutshell. A bunch of shit that don't work right being held by someone that won't do shit or let anyone else do shit. That's basically
because
NHB.
he's a millennial. He's a fucking millennial. A millennial and a snowflake. He doesn't want people to tell him what to do, and he doesn't want to have anyone helping him. He just wants it to fucking fall. He thinks, well, I'm not getting paid for it, so why should I do anything about it, and why should anyone else do anything about it?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem is he won't let anyone else do anything about it. That's the real problem. I get not wanting to do shit. I could sit here and not want to do shit till the cows come home like a pro. If people would pay me to not do shit, I would do that shit out of not doing shit. But if you're going to not do shit, and you're the only one with access to something, you're going to have to get someone else access if people want to do shit about the shit. So it's like, dude, just turn it off and give the domain name to Dune and let us sort out something, because you're not doing anything with it.
Pretty much, but of course he won't. Because he's like, that's mine. I'm not going to give it to anyone because I'm owed. People owe me. So, whatever. But anyways, Venison!
What?
What is the chat room saying?
I don't know. There's something blocking it. Nothing really. In fact, they haven't said anything.
Oh.
Anyways, thank you for listening. I gotta go drop off a car off a really long cliff. Problem solved. And that would be free.
Yes.
Get some dinner.
No, I'd probably get arrested for littering. That's what happens if you throw... Officer Obi.
Insurance.
Officer Obi's probably still active in these parts. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go. I gotta go drop the car off. And good night.
Good night.
Stone beyond description.